it's
Please
to the
say that.
students of IS Gurukul, I would say,
Yeah.
that do really well in your exams. Don't be stressed. Good luck for your exams. Do practice many question papers, and study when you feel like. Don't be overexhausted. And if you don't feel like studying, take a break, take a good coffee or something, and then come back again. But please don't take too much stress. Taking sociology as an optional after thinking about it in a very concise manner, that would be good. Okay.
Yes.
What you need to do is that you need to go through the class notes,
Yes.
and the regular answer writing is really good. And I think that's one of the things that needs to be done. It cannot be emphasized more. I just heard it that if you learn from your own mistake, you are a wise person. But if you learn from others' mistake, that makes you wiser. So
Absolutely.
take it from me that answer writing is very important. And if sir is providing some good questions, so what we need to do is just write the answer. I know for the first time it would be very, very difficult. It would be like, oh, I don't want to write an answer. It won't be that good.
Yes.
Better write bad answers in the practice itself so that in exams you do really well. So thing you need to do is write answers even if they're not good. It's okay. Yeah, so answer writing is very important and it cannot be emphasized more. So please do that and don't skip on writing answers. Show it to sir, get it evaluated. Even if you score really bad and he says, oh, you'll get 0 out of 10, that's okay. At least you tried.
Yes.
And the next time when you get a point 5, you'll be really happy. Or ask suggestions, ask him what to write, how do I increase the score, how do I take it to 4 or a 4.5.
Yes.
And that's the most important thing for sociology. So be stressed, but to an optimum threshold. Don't go ahead of it and do well. All the best.
How did you go about selecting your optional? Right. So because you guys are literally spoiled for choice, huh? When it comes to the optional subject, and most
Yeah.
students find it a very bewildering kind of a choice. I'm sure you must have also gone through those, that phase while selecting the optional. Yeah. So what was
Okay.
that?
Yeah.
How did How was that decision making?
Actually, that started during my college years only. So I talked to some of my seniors, and I was pretty sure I was taking civil engineering for my optional,
Okay.
and and I was confident also that I'll be able to sail through with civil engineering and I'll do well and all that. But then one of my
Did you
seniors he
score
said
well in
just
your graduation in your civil engineering?
yes, I did. Actually, I was a good yeah, good scorer, I would say.
Yeah.
I think yeah. So not to brag about it, but still I thought I'll do well in civil engineering. So but one of my seniors he said, the syllabus for civil engineering is around twice the size of GS. Do
Yes.
you know anything about GS? And I was like, okay, no, I'm not really sure about it. So he said, okay, try taking sociology or anthropology or geography. So I sort of read the NCRTs of these
Yes.
subjects and found sociology actually interesting. So that's how I decided, okay, this will do fairly well for me. And I enjoy writing.
Yeah.
So it was more about women issues, the general things. So that was fine for me.
So the
Apart from
syllabus
the
of
thinkers, I think
sociology attracted
yeah,
you. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So, Medha, like, would you say that sociology overall is a good optional, or you know, how would you compare it with others, or what are the advantages or benefits of taking sociology as an option?
See, it's a fairly personal choice, I think. It cannot be generalized. For some people, it might do wonders. For some, it
Yes.
might not. So it depends on one's choices. If someone finds it interesting, only then they should go for it. Even I
Okay.
was reading a blog of a topper, and he said that, the biggest mistake I did was not to take interest in the subject. So I
Correct.
think what's most important is that if you have interest in that area, women issues, population, and stuff like that, go
Yes.
for it. And if you don't, then please don't take it.
That should be, in your view, the deciding
Yes,
factor,
yes,
yeah, when it comes
yes,
to
it should.
selection of the option. And did you also use any kind of objective kind of yardsticks? Seeing to did sociology, for example, help you in any way in the essay paper?
it does, it actually does. And it cannot be denied, because like, I don't feel it, but when I used to give my essays for other people to evaluate, my friends and my peers, they used to
Yes.
say, oh, this reflects your sociology background. And I was like, okay, that's something new. But with time I've realized it does, because essay also involves social issues per se.
Absolutely.
Somewhere the syllabus is also coinciding, so it really helps. Yeah.
So, as a student with sociology optional, you think you would have, or anyone would have, a relative edge over those, say, with civil engineering as their optional, right, while writing the essay
Definitely,
paper.
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did this optional, did it also somewhere inform your actual UPSC interview? Did it come up either sociology as an academic discipline or social issues in general? Because they saw that in
Yes, it
your DAF.
yes, it did. Actually, the major thing they asked was related to environment. Like,
Okay.
my subject was environment in college. So they said,
Oh,
what was your elective and all. Yeah.
yes.
So environment they talked about. But after that, it was all about affordable housing. So somewhere affordable housing can be connected to sociology. Actually, almost everything can be connected to sociology. Even the environment part can be connected. That,
Absolutely.
how do we go about not destroying environment, simultaneously going for building houses.
Yes.
So that needs to take the sociological concerns as well. I cannot offer big houses to a tribal community. They
True.
won't be able to like live with it. So
So,
things do coincide, I would say. Yeah.
it did help. Right. Okay. And what all standard books did you refer for sociology option?
Actually, my sociology preparation was not that like, uh, I would say, the comprehensive coverage was not there. It was scattered in all different places. Somewhere I would just Google something, or I would just do my class notes.
Hmm.
So it was scattered everywhere. So, but yes, Nitin Sangwan is a good book to refer. It's like you can finally revise from it. That's a good thing to do,
Hmm.
and it's smaller as compared to the other Haralambus and also.
Practically
That's a
feasible to
good thing to,
go through.
yeah, to complete also. So yeah, that's a good thing,
Any
and
particular, sorry, please continue.
that can really help to like get a gist of the syllabus. Okay, these are the things I've done, and I know pretty well about these things. So yeah, just that.
And what was your overall preparation strategy for the sociology optional?
Okay, it was first to finish this the syllabus once. Like after my prelims, the first step was, okay, let's start with it. Try completing both paper one and paper two, because for answer writing I need to have an overview of the whole syllabus. Only then I would be able to write answers. And once I was done with that, I prepared small short notes, and they
Hmm.
were actually very short. Like, I cannot even call them proper notes, because they were what I was not able to remember.
In sociology, one thing that a lot of students grapple with, they ask me also, is that how do you make your answer sociological? Huh? Or basically, how do you distinguish your sociology answer from a general studies answer? And that's particularly a problem in paper two, sociology paper two, which seems that many questions are very GS type. So,
Yeah.
what was your approach to this issue?
See, my understanding till now has been that every subject has some terminologies.
Yes.
Definitely, we can write the names of the thinkers and all. That will definitely make a difference. But every subject has its own terminologies. Even
Yes.
civil engineering had its own terminologies. So
Yes.
even for sociology, what we need to do was that there are some things like latent functions, manifest functions. Then
Yes.
these are the things we can add anywhere. For anything that is being done, even in India, we can say, okay, while the manifest functions of this thing will be these, but the unintended consequences would be these. So
Correct.
stuff like this, these are the terminologies that need to be shown in the answer. I think that's the most important thing.
Yes.
That will show the examiner, okay, the person is interested in the subject, and he or she has really read the subject well.
Yes.
So I think that's the most important thing, and that will make the answer look sociological. Even if one is not able to remember the name of that uh,
Scholar.
scholar, thank you, it will actually help the person in writing the exam, the answer, because that time there's too much stress and too much thing to cover up all the questions, not to leave any. And even a 5 minutes lag puts immense pressure on your head that, oh my god, I have 5 minutes, I'm ahead of the time and I need to like write down. So
Okay.
that time these things come really handy.
Yes. So your tip is to use sociological jargon to make your answer social.
Yes,
Yeah. Great.
yes.
Okay.
And that's a fairly simple thing to do if
Yes.
used appropriately in the right amount. Yeah, I think that can be done. Not a very difficult task.
Did you incorporate current affairs and issues, whatever you read from the newspapers, in your say optional answer sheets?
Actually, it depends on the moment. If
Hmm.
a person is able to recall something which is related to it, he or she might incorporate it. That's not
Yes.
a like
Mandatory.
intended thing to do, but definitely it happens somewhere or the other. And at the back of the mind, there are some GS 1, 2, 3, 4 things going on, and the
Yes.
person does incorporate it. So
Great. So, which portion of the UPSC syllabus did you find academically the most challenging?
see, every part comes with its own challenges. It
Yes.
Nothing is easy of that sort. But
Yes.
I think of the three stages, the most difficult, or I would say the challenging one, would be the prelims, and it includes everything: history, geography, economics, polity.
Hmm.
So, not the syllabus per se. I would say the process, a part of the process. The first thing would be to get through prelims, because that's a very neck throat competition. So
Absolutely.
neck cut, yeah. So there's an issue, but even after that it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but
Yes.
yes, after that, getting through mains and interview. So actually what is required is you need to score well in every part. In mains, in every subject, you need to score well. So
Absolutely.
these are the challenges which one has to get through.
Yes.
So yeah.
Great. Okay, and what was your overall, feeling after the UPSC interview? Like, was it like, in your personal experience, did you find it stressful, or did the board try to, make you at ease? So,
Okay, first, my interview happened post this COVID
yeah, so that
shift
is
of
even
dates.
more enlightening. That should be, yeah.
Yeah. So we had the masks on, we had gloves, and we had the face shield.
And
So,
also the board members, I would presume.
yeah, it was Sujata ma'am's board, and ma'am herself was wearing the face shield. So
Yes.
I couldn't see her eyes, and it was like everybody used to say you need to make eye contact, and I was like, how do I do it?
So,
So yeah. So one was that challenge, and it was one was the stress of the interview, and it was really hot despite the air conditioning system and everything,
yeah,
because of the gloves and everything. It was
I'm sure.
I won't say traumatizing, but partially traumatizing compared to
At
if
least
we would have,
uncomfortable to say the least.
yeah, to say the least, correct. So but it was not they actually put me to ease. One of the members was actually shaking his head, like whenever I used to say something and look towards him, and he was like, yes, you're going right. So
Yeah.
they didn't try to put extra pressure. They were just simply they wanted to have a conversation, and I think I just went ahead with it. Okay, let's have a talk, good talk, like a formal good talk, I would say.
Yeah.
So it was not as if they were trying to make uncomfortable. Why would
And
they do that?
in fact, they would. My reading is they typically try to, find those areas where you have an opportunity to and something to talk, right? So that you're
Yeah,
you're able to express yourself.
yeah.
Is he
They're
correct?
subject experts, so they just try to bring you to their level. Like they
Yes.
actually get down to your level because they are experts in their fields. If they
They
start
aren't there
talking
to.
about
They're not there to grill you or stress you out as
definitely,
such. Yeah.
yeah, definitely no.
And how
They're
long did
very,
it
very
last?
senior to us.
Absolutely.
I think it was 35 to 40 minutes somewhere.
35, 40 minutes it lasted.
Yeah, it lasted.
What was your overall preparation strategy for general studies? Like, did you segregate prelims preparation and mains preparation, or was it an integrated one? Or at what point did you start segregating the two?
Okay, actually, it's a very genuine question many people ask, but I think there is no way of separating prelims and mains preparation.
Hmm.
While I'm reading the current affairs, it's bound to happen that I'll read the advantages and the disadvantages of something that has been implemented.
So true.
And it's like whenever I gave some test series for mains, after my first attempt, I joined the mains test series. So it was at that time that I was preparing exclusively to write an answer, but
Hmm.
it was not that I was not learning facts. I tried memorizing the facts as well as try writing an answer.
True.
So it was a combination of both of them. So the preparation can never be separated. Even while preparing for prelims, somewhere or the other, it is preparing the person for mains as well.
And like, uh, what do you think would be the role of answer writing and test series, etc., in the overall scheme of preparation for a candidate?
Even this is a personal choice, I would say.
Yeah,
In the sense, I'll explain.
please.
Some people are good in writing. Okay, so for them, even less number of questions might do wonders. What they need to hone is how to write the facts and how to connect. Rest they know.
Okay.
But for some people, it might be difficult. They may be good in memorizing facts, but not in writing the answers. So for them,
Mm-hmm.
they need to write more. So I think the best strategy should be to first analyze what are someone's plus point and minus points, and
Yeah.
then go about, okay, I can finish this paper in time. This is not the area where I lack in. So let's go about and write the answers. Some people might say, okay, I'm good in writing, but I'm not able to finish on time. I take
Yes.
4 hours to complete a paper. So what they need to do is to increase their speed. So things matter based on a person's personal attributes. If they're good in one thing, go for the other, and vice versa.
And you
Yeah.
belong to the former category that you had some prior writing skills, should we say?
Yeah, they were fine. Like they were not too bad. Like I could finish the paper on time.
Okay.
So my thing was to enrich my answers some way or the other. So
Hmm.
I was actually focusing on that. Um, like the
But
time was not the constraint for me. It was okay. What all I can write, how I can present it, how I can make the answer more like in a good manner. I can write and all. So yeah.
did you attend the full paper, Medha? Like, or did you leave out substantial portions of the? Because students need to hear this. I know the answer honestly, but students need to hear this. Yeah.
Actually, I completed my whole paper.
Yes.
See, this has been my thing from college itself. I never left a question.
Yes.
Even like I'm not boasting again, but it's just even if I didn't know the answer or somewhere, like for example, this time we had a question on Cyber Dome. I
Yes.
didn't know it was a Kerala police initiative, but
Yes.
it mentioned cyber, and ahead of it there was something written which related to cyber, which
Yeah.
I knew very well. So I tried writing everything about cyber that I knew.
So that
That's
must
how.
have fetched you
Even
something which is better than nothing.
yeah, yeah. And similarly, the GS1 question was on architecture.
Yes.
And personally, I enjoy reading art and culture. So I knew little things about it. And I thought maybe that wouldn't be enough. That's what I thought in the exam itself, that, this won't be enough. But I said, okay, let's just write it. And
Yes.
after I came out, I found many of my friends who actually didn't attempt that question.
Yes.
So even a plus 3 or plus 2.5 would have
That
done
makes all
well.
the difference.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay. Uh, okay. Uh, Nida, can you share with us what has like motivated you to prepare for the civil services?
Okay, one thing was my mother, I told her something about, that you need to help others and something of that sort.
Hmm.
And the first prompt reply she gave me was, don't give me lectures, okay? Be something, then you'll have the power to do something and change something. Then
True.
you come to me and I'll give you ideas. And that's when it sort of hit me uh, at the exact place. And it was like, okay, she's right. Without powers, I cannot do anything. If I have to bring in significant changes,
Yes.
so I think women empowerment is something where I would definitely focus on. So, like,
Do you think this discipline, having studied sociology, did it like, does it make one somewhat of a better human being, or is that too much of an exaggeration or too much credit being given to this subject? Did it sensitize you to the, problems prevalent in society or the disadvantaged sections, right? Somewhat
yeah,
otherwise, we
actually,
have a very distant kind of a view, and from our privileged backgrounds, relatively much more privileged. You don't have that
yeah.
kind of a, would you say that?
Actually, now when I think about it retrospectively, I think yes, it did. Because now when I talk to my parents, they have a somewhat different view of what my views are. And they
Yes.
say, see, you are too much theoretical. You have not seen the life and all.
Universe.
But
Yes.
I think it has changed. Maybe I won't say other options won't give you this opportunity.
And what were the biggest hurdles that you faced in your preparation, like at a personal level or a, mentally, emotionally, if you can share those?
Actually, see, it's a day to day thing. One day you might be feeling very good and you might finish off something and you'll be very happy about it. The next day you might not be feeling the same. You might be thinking about, oh my god, have I taken too much risk in life?
Yes.
Things like that. You become too much of a thinker at that point of time. So what you need to do is overcome that time. I'm not saying that feeling. That feeling is bound to come, but you need to overcome that time. Okay, for a day or two, I cannot study because I'm thinking about something else.
Yes.
So I used to call my father, and then we used to have long, long discussions about what I'm doing in my life. Is it right, or should I have just joined a job after college, or things like that.
Yes.
So it's the day-to-day ups and downs that one need to manage, because somewhere or the other, one of your friends will be getting a job, someone might be getting married, and then they'll be sending you photographs, and you'll be like, oh my god, I am stuck with Lakshmikant. You need
Yes.
to get out of it. So yeah, that's the day-to-day challenge that will happen. Like living in Delhi, such challenges will be lesser because you're seeing everybody struggle.
Yes.
So that's a sort of a comfort thing for you. But
Yes.
definitely, these are the things on a personal level you'll feel, and I think at that time you need to stay strong. At
Yeah.
that
To
point,
remain kind of
and
motivated and persevere, that is like challenging. Huh? I suppose
yeah,
academically the syllabus is not too challenging. It is vast, no doubt, but it is not like something rocket science or something too technical or beyond understanding. But it's that mental challenge. How do you deal with that, right? How do you keep your head on your
definitely,
shoulders, remain mentally calm and
definitely,
balanced?
yeah, definitely.
Briefly, can you just give your academic background, a bit of your family, about your family background, right? So that students know where you're coming from.
Yeah, sure. So I've done my graduation in 2017 from HBTU Kanpur in civil engineering, and I'm the only child. And both my parents work. My mother works in Punjab National Bank, and my father is an engineer. He works at UPSRTC. And okay, I'll say my dream of getting into services started very early on, maybe from class 11, 12. It was actually my mother. She gave me a book of history NCRT. She said, can you understand this? I was like, no, I'm more comfortable with maths.
Yeah.
So that took me to engineering side. But somewhere I had it in my mind that, okay, one day I'll try and understand this book also. So that's
Mm-hmm.
how I got into civil services.
So you started off fairly early, huh? It's like you had that UPSC orientation at 11th, in 11th class. So can we say that?
Actually, it didn't start then. No, it didn't start then. That time I couldn't understand. The first book she gave me was DD Basu. Now, that's a pretty difficult book.
Yes,
And I
for
was
an
like, oh
11th.
my God, I can't understand. Yeah. But it was definitely after my graduation. My seniors, they were very good. So they told me, oh, you try read the NCRTs first. So that's how I started off.
Okay, great. And so you graduated in 2017, and then you
Yeah.
attempted in 2018, and then finally 19. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Medha, can you share now, since that you mention your father, what is the role played by your parents in your success?
See, first and the foremost is the financial role that they have played, which cannot be denied because I didn't have a job.
Yes.
So they had been the backbone, and with everybody else getting a job, even at my home and even everywhere.
Yes.
So it was like they were like, "Oh, you don't worry. We'll eat one less of a chapati, but we won't let you like dwindle." And I was like, "Okay, that is good." So somewhere that has had been the most important thing, apart from the definitely the emotional thing that they handle. At
Yes.
times I used to call them and I used to tell them, see, I just gave a mock test and I'm scoring very bad marks, and
Yes.
maybe I won't live up to your expectations. You don't expect anything from me. And their answer would be, okay, we're not expecting anything from you, you don't worry, you
Yes.
just keep calm, go watch a movie, and
Great.
from tomorrow you can start studying if you want. So
Yes.
I think that was the best part for a child to hear that, my parents are not expecting anything,
Yes. Those
and
lowered
I'm,
expectations, absolutely. Great.
yeah, and what I'm doing is out of my own personal choice, my own sweet will. So that is something which, okay, they are not expecting anything. I can go and watch a movie. From tomorrow, I'll go back to Lakshmikant. So that's something which really helped. And I can't thank them. Like, I used to call my father and we used to talk for hours. And my friends used to be like, "What do you talk to your father?" And I was like, he's giving me philosophical lectures that to achieve something big, you need to start off strong, and once you get into the services, that's the starting point and all such stuff. So that was what actually helped me survive in this preparation.
And
And that is one thing for the aspirants, I would say, that the
yes.
smile that they'll have on their face on the day you get your results, that is something for which you can definitely put your hard work on. It's worth it, trust me, it's worth it, and they'll be like the happiest people on the whole planet, I would say, on the day of your results. And for them, this much you can do. You can just study some books, and like, for them it would be worthwhile. So yeah.